there. Welcome one and all to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. We are back at it on the Xerox server. I am Morskijez, also known as Morski, and this is Tea and Blanket Piles. Which I guess following up with that, I am joined here by my wonderful friend. So do you want to say hi?
I am waving at my camera and I don't know why, seeing as A, it's blocked, and B, this is audio only. But hi everyone! It's me, Vwild! And
And we are here with our beans. I am holding my lad Hugh.
yee, the most wonderful little picnic. Sphinx picnic. and I hold up my golden monkey, her house, and anything else that gets thrown our way.
And I hold them very softly.
Mhm.
Although going off of this timeline-wise, this has been a little while after Dancing in the Shadows, but a little while before Unrestrained Summer Fun. This is the recovery period, so to say, at least a week
Yep.
after Dancing in the Shadows.
Indeed. And Hugh's been having an interesting time, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's for sure. He's been recovering. He has a tail now, which is interesting. Decimal has helped him with it, but also a bird tail and a cat tail are kind of different. But, well, at least Hugh knows how to preen his feathers now. And so do his brothers, for that matter.
Hooray!
But aside from that, he's been attempting to recover, like, he's at least doing a lot better exhaustion level-wise. He's still kind of worn, and not gonna lie, he's been having a fair few more nightmares, but, Hugh isn't exactly surprised with what went down, so
Bless him.
he's been doing his best.
Bless him.
And it's been a little while since he saw Lynn, since they were all in a state after that fight, but it's been long enough that his brothers would allow him to go out. Possibly one of them just came with him to, like, take him to Halloween Town. But he's in Halloween Town. He's wondering how his Lynn doing, because he got a visit from Craigory. And they had soft times. But he hasn't seen Lynn, and Hugh has the feeling it's because Lynn was kind of messed up in that fight, so he wants to see how she's doing, which,
Yeah. Seeing as Hugh's rescue was right after Apotheosis and Lynn picked up her outline with using the he-who thing from another plane, yeah, she did not walk out of the manor.
Yeah, so, he's in Halloween Town. I'll just roll a quick survival to see how long it takes him to get to network.
Also, I just have to hand the random funny shit post in my head of just, you said that Hugh came with one of his brothers. The fact that Hugh is arriving at the door on his own. Kara got him.
I mean, to be fair, it could have been just Decimal, and he's like he just dropped off Hugh at network. He knows how it is with network. He can vibe outside elsewhere, do his own thing in the meantime.
Dang it, we can't have March just lost in the middle of Halloween Town.
He would not allow that. He would go searching for March. I'm gonna be real with you.
Bless.
The FPS would not start if he lost one of his brothers. He'd be off searching for them.
I hold him so soft.
But I guess that's a 14, so it does take you a little bit to get to network, but, like, he gets there. He's dropped off, and, hey, network, there's someone knocking on your doors.
You
You know who it
You
is.
always say this, that, like, you almost assume that he gets the wonder of being able to knock. Moment Network recognizes person that she likes. Door is open. Which, actually, I'm just gonna, you know what, this is amusing. I'm gonna roll a dex save for someone who was just going to the door and is probably going to have a very excited Network, you know, opening the
my
door at
goodness.
speed.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
That's a 12.
Oh my goodness. Rip.
Bless. So, would you like to roll me perception, Hugh?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to roll perception.
That's how.
That's a 17.
Marvellous, and I'm just remembering how to put things in. I think this is how it goes. No, it isn't. Ah, well, fuck it. But
I've just been using Aubrey ever since things happened.
I forget how things work, and sometimes I try, and I fail.
That's you.
But, so, Hugh, you know how this goes nowadays. If you go to the door, you try and knock, you can immediately tell the moment Network has noticed you because she's practically vibrating and the door is opened at speed. You do notice from inside there is kind of this no noises in no person yelling in surprise, but there is this sharp shuffle of footsteps as though someone's desperately trying not to get whacked in the face by a door.
My goodness. There is just a pause from Hugh as just internally he's just oh dear. Well, anyways, hi Network.
Very happy humming. You are being urged inside, just like the floorboards just on the threshold are just nudging you inside. You know what is going to happen. Network is luring you in for strength save.
I'm just imagining like he was at the edge, so yeah, Network can affect the floorboards, and it's like Casita situation.
Exactly.
From Encanto, like he is just being pulled in.
Exactly, straight
like,
up.
He stumbles through the door.
Yep.
This is a strength check, right?
Yep. Strength check or strength?
I get to use strength roll.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's an 8.
That's a -2.
Yes.
Has that always been a -2?
No. He had a time over in those caves, let's put it that way. So now instead of a -1, it's a -2.
Excuse me one moment. But yep, no, Hugh, beloved Hugh, most treasured of wonderful golden-headed little wizards, airborne.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are airborne.
You get that chirp meow of surprise, but just, well, this is his life now.
Yeah, you are being rotated in the air. It feels like a hug. It feels like a warm tornado. It feels like an inspection. Network is checking you out and making sure you're okay, and that you're happy, and that you're healthy, and that you're here, and you have a tail now. What?
Yeah, I can like redrop the pic.
Ooh,
where Hugh has his wings out and you can see the tail too. But okay, I guess for that cursory glance, Network, yeah, no, Hugh is here. Like, he is at full hit points, and you can tell he doesn't have any exhaustion. He just seems kind of worn. He's recovering.
Network understands this. Network is just having a wonderful time. Just Hugh can't understand what she's saying, but he can get the vibe that it is incredibly welcoming and warm and just missed you.
Yeah, there's a Miss You Too network. It's been too long.
And the humming has risen just that bit more. Hugh, you're being flipped in the air. I
Well,
hope you like the flips. I hope you like the flips.
well, time for me to roll a con check.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a 6. Yeah, he's dizzy.
There is.
It's pretty clear Hugh is now dizzy.
God's bless. She will stop spinning you eventually. And what's your passive, by the way? Your passive perception, Hugh?
Let me double check. That should be a 20. Yeah, not 20. That should be a 17. Yeah.
Alright. I think that's enough, especially with your earlier roll. Yeah. Hugh, as you've been, flipped and spun and twisted, earlier you did hear someone, almost get whacked in the face by a door.
Yep,
As
he sure did.
as all this has been going on, you have just like this house on the inside is gold. You have just kind of seen this black suit just like kind of hugging the wall going back towards the main room. Just from what you've been able to get, very butler-esque suit of this toon that you haven't had a proper look at.
Yeah. If Hugh is on the floor now, he's probably like laying on it. There's just like a very shaky wave at the butler person. He's just gonna lay here for a bit until the world stops spinning.
Bless him. He's still getting more head ruffles from network, and the floor underneath him. The floor underneath him is. You'd be surprised how comfortable it feels, in all honesty, seeing as you are lying on wooden floor.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
And it's just you do just hear the. It's the good shoes, like the proper shoes with the good heel clicks, just going into the other room, just like going into the
Yeah.
other room, and then you do just hear from around, like past the foyer into the main room, just Jeeves, what's? Oh, a visitor. Ah, a visitor. All right, let's go. Followed by a few more noises around the corner, and then just wait. Hugh, is that you, Picnic?
Hi, Lynn. Sorry, I'm still kind of dizzy. I don't think I'll be getting up yet.
Network gave you a warm welcome, eh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someday I'll get better at handling this.
No, you won't. You won't.
No, I won't.
I love you. I treasure you. No, you won't. Come in whenever you feel like it, okay? Take 5. Have a pillow. Sweetheart, have you not offered him a pillow? You've been drowning me for the past several days. Hugh, you don't know where. Hugh, you don't know where it comes from. There is a pillow plapped down on your. There is a pillow plapped down on your face from out of nowhere.
It's okay. House hammer space logic.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a muffled from Hugh, but he'll move the pillow from his face, like just tugs it down, and then there's a pause. Hugh gets up. You kind of. You know when birds like adjust their tail a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then okay, he's up. He's up, a little bit shaky, but he'll go towards where he heard Lynn's voice.
Yeah. It's not difficult, seeing as this house is rather small. It's in the place that you can. The past few times, like I just for FPSs, the past few times you've come, she's almost always been against a wall of love.
Yeah. Yeah. He will come over there. Lynn, a pillow is placed on your head.
Ha! Just
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, Hugh. Good to see ya, eh? And now you've come round the corner, would you like to roll perception now you're in the main room, Hugh?
Yeah, sure. That's another d20 plus 7. Nice,
26!
26.
Alright. So, once you're in the main room, does seem, honestly, pretty normal. Doesn't seem to be anything out of place, everything is fine and settled. And you are immediately able to, like, zoom in on Lynn, just that was efficient zooming in. And you do just see her, like, back against the wall of love, on the sofa, surrounded by pillows and blankets again. Not as many as, like, the last time when she was literally drowning in them. And there is just,
Yeah.
like, a little table off to one side with an empty plate, tea, and even a chess set that's just looks as though it's been finished a game.
Ah.
And you now get a clear view. Hugh, you've met this butler before a few times by accident in the. This is Jeeves. This is that dog Toon that you've seen a couple of times and once awkwardly waved to when he realised he'd been seen.
Yeah, he's just gonna cheerily wave to him again, and then walk over to Lynn to place the pillow on her head.
Ha! Ah,
Just like,
rascal.
hey Lynn, resting a bit after everything?
Oh, yeah, you could say that. Just, resting the outline, sorting things out. Speaking of, thank you, Jeeves, for stopping by. I'll be fine until Hattie and I get back. You go back to your other duties, okay? And the guy just gives a heel click and it's a butler's bow, like the full-on proper butler pose, before he bows to you both, and then he's just back out the door. He knew
Yeah.
him. He knew him before the door decides to do more witchcraft.
Yeah, like, he will again just, like, wave a see you.
He's polite, he's going to wave back.
Cool. I like how this is just a relationship at this point.
Indeed.
Oh.
Jeeves is just here going, I am a good butler, I am not seen by anyone unless I want to be seen, I am just someone in the background, this child keeps waving at me.
Yeah. He learned very well from Decimal, what can I say?
Indeed.
But, I think with that, Hugh is, like, probably gonna sit down on the edge of the sofa and, like, can you just roll an insight to see, like, how Lynn is doing in.
Insight or medicine, and I forgot to roll Lynn's die for the day, so I will also be doing that right now.
Cool, I'm gonna go with insight.
Cool.
Oh, right, since I'm using this.
Yikes! Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. You've been too kind to her for the past several ages, so of course you'd give her shit.
Oh boy. That's a 25 from Hugh, by the way.
Nice. Okay. From that,
Ooh.
Hugh, you can tell quite a few things with that. In that the way Lynn had originally said that she was going to come to you and then told you when it was convenient for you to come in to see her in the room. The fact that she hasn't come round to visit you. And the fact that when you were rescued, she wasn't in the cuddle pile with you in that first part. That she was sprawled on the
Yeah,
floor.
he's had a feeling.
Yeah. You can see now with a 25, she is looking at you so warm and fond, but at the edges of her eyes there are those lines of tension. And you do see, even now, as she's smiling, there is just that faint twitch. You can also see that her legs are under blankets, and Yeah, you haven't seen her right hand, even as she's gesturing with her left hand to take this newfound pillow off of her head.
Yeah, you had a feeling, I guess. I guess if Lynn wants to roll like an insight or a medicine herself,
Yeah.
just to see whether she gauges what Network did earlier.
Yeah. I always want to say she rolls both, but I am not going to be that absolute maniac.
I mean, you can if you wanna.
Alright, I'm doing it.
I won't stop you.
Lena's got decently good medicine, and I hold that softly. In A, she wants to take after Asclepius, and B, she just really wants to make sure her family don't keep falling on her watch. She has studied up on medicine so much. Let me see if I can find where is your
Yeah.
sheet, you son of a peck. There is your sheet, you son of a peck. Your medicine is a +8. That is a 19.
Mm.
Your insight is a nat 20.
Oh my goodness, Lynn. Yeah, Hugh's happy to see you. He's like, following up from earlier, like, the exhaustion points are gone at least. And physically, he's definitely doing better. He's just kind of worn and tired still.
Mm-hmm.
I think, considering that was a net packing 20, I think he would catch on to the fact that, he's a bit less well rested. Must have had more nightmares recently.
Mm.
After it all.
There is a low hum of consideration as she takes that in before she's like, don't go perching on the edge. Come on. Come in the pile. Come in the
Okay.
pile. You're getting in here.
Okay. Like, Hugh pauses and says it, and is just, which part shall I go with? Because I'm guessing you're hiding your legs and arm for a reason, so I don't agitate it.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't so much hiding as a cushioning. I've heard it's good, especially when you're a bit cold.
Okay.
Ink circulation, not as good as when I was a teen.
Just, well, I guess I say hiding, but it's like, it's that thing where the outline isn't so stretched, like,
Yeah.
that's why you're keeping it under all the pillows and stuff. That's what I meant.
Yeah. You can see that, yeah. It was a time. I'm glad you're doing better though. Let's see, and she starts humming, and then some of the pillows start moving. But you can tell it's not her using magic, just because Hugh, you are wizard.
Yeah,
You get the
like, there's a moment you see Hugh tilt his head, and then there's the, oh, must be talking work.
Mm-hmm. And there is just kind of this little well next to her that just starts forming. And she's just like, yeah, that's the Hugh hole. You're going in a hole.
Yeah,
Get in the hole, kid.
yeah. There's like a pause, kicks off his boots, and yep, yeah. You have Hugh in the hole now.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you see him take a moment to readjust to, oh yeah, he has a tail now.
Which
Just
I'm
make
presuming is pretty
make it.
damn blatant. I'm presuming the tail is pretty damn blatant.
Yeah, it's not exactly small. It's a swallow's tail though.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you want this extra tidbit, roll me nature.
Oh boy, nature.
Yeah.
Not her best. Well, I say that it's an 8 plus 8, so that's a 16.
Yeah, that's enough. This is a fledgling's tail.
Hugh, as you're adjusting, you do full on just heal and go, ah, fledgling.
There's like a beat, there's the question mark above his head before he just, okay, this works. He is sitting and the tail is comfortable.
Hey, 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 Hugh. Hey, Hugh. Hey, Hugh. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah,
You're in a nest of pillows. You're a bird.
I am.
You're a
I
bird!
suppose
You're a bird!
I
Picnic!
I I suppose I guess I'm a little bit cat and a little bit bird now.
In my heart of hearts, you are still forever and always Sphinx Picnic.
Uh-huh. Just as you're the monkey picnic, huh?
Ha! And the reckless picnic is in my damn name.
Ah, I see. That explains a lot actually.
Mm-hmm.
And and like I imagine there's like blankets and stuff. He just pulls it over so he has a blanket over his shoulders.
Ah. Yeah, there are different weights of them and different types. Like, there are some that you can tell have been knitted, some that are just. Some are quilts, like old quilts, and there is a mishmash. You think part of it is Lynn's collection from her life, and part of it is Networker's purloined.
Uh Understandable. Have a nice. I know it's probably not that cold yet. So Hugh hasn't taken one of the heavy duty blankets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's taken one of the lighter ones since he's already cushioned by, well, pillows.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's comfy.
Yeah. And as you've been doing all of that, Lynn has just leaned back, just like against the wall of love, just for a moment, just for a moment has her eyes closed to just listen to you settling, and he's just silently laughing. And then she just
Uh,
opens her eyes, just all comfy.
yeah. You?
As good as I can be. Now, oh, right. I should have asked Jeeves before he left. Do you want tea?
I guess so, but I don't have to have it right now. We can
Yeah,
always do that a little bit later.
yeah. I can, I've still got use of my magic, and hey, I've always got one hand free, so I can cast Unseen Servant. So we can get that later. I can get that cookies. I think one of my informants brought by candied fruit. Do love the candied fruit. It's always good.
Ooh, actually, talking about cookies too, I can bring out some of March's and we can share now.
Oh, that's marvelous.
And yeah, I'm gonna roll hammer space
Mm-hmm.
for you. Yep. Uh, some like little blue bag of cookies brought out. He will open them up and place them between you and himself.
Mm-hmm.
They
There,
are March's cookies, so you know they're good.
yeah, there is a very happy simian chirp noise just at
Uh,
seeing them just. And then just reaching out with her left hand and then just swipe. Nom 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 nom.
yeah. There's like there's the happy simian chirp, and like you get a cheerful "Merp" from Hugh back.
Oh, you're picking precious. But we're all comfy and cozy. And, well, seeing you made the trek out, you're doing better. I'm sorry I haven't been able to visit or be on the phone yet. Time kind of got away from
It's
me.
okay.
But,
Hmm. It's like Hugh pauses, and it's just everything's kind of messed you up, right? I don't blame you for taking the time to rest. I'm glad you're taking the
mm,
time to rest.
I don't think I had much of a choice. I admit, first 4 days after all, I don't remember anything. I just napped.
Oh,
Yeah,
there. I mean, well, I did get to see Arena with March, and and I've been with my brothers, but I've been doing a lot of sleeping too recently.
Good. And
Just after everything.
yeah, glad to hear about Rena. That's reason why the doors of the manor suddenly burst open on that day after we got
Uh,
you back.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
interesting times we live
Um,
in.
like Hugh snorts a bit, and yeah, he can be bombastic sometimes.
Ah, she'll fit right in then.
Yeah. Um, I've also gotten to speak to Craigory. He managed to visit me after a few days after he got himself handled. So,
Yeah.
and I've heard a little bit from him. So just how are you holding up after everything? Cause I don't have all the details, but I got the impression from what others have said that you and Craigory were in some big beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah. Timelines coincided that a significant case of mine ended up occurring, well, ended up occurring right before everything that happened with you.
Ah,
Yes. We just got back, had a decent-ish night of sleep, all things considered, and then everything hit. And I'm saying it here and now, none of this is your fault. Nothing that has happened, no instance or relations. How I look right now, how Craigory is, how everything's happened, you know it's not your fault, right?
oh, yeah, I do, but thank you, anyways.
Good. We're not having any of that anymore, eh?
Yeah,
No one's having the
it's,
blame game.
it's, really, if it's anyone's fault, it's, Father's and Prowl's.
Yeah, that fucker and the bastard. Well,
Yeah, Hugh actually pauses and, so I've told Craigory already. I don't know if he's managed to tell you, but remember a while back with the Fate of Ruin incident? You remember when afterwards I mentioned I didn't know who kidnapped me a while ago for the first East incident? Um,
I can see where this is going.
yeah,
Right.
Roger had dealings with the Frel before, so
Yarda. Alright. Alright. Thanks for letting me know.
yeah, no problem. Well, I figure you probably already have a case board on all that, and
Indeed. Indeed.
well, with the Frel, so
Yes. Hmm. I did actually have a question related to all of that, if you were willing to answer one for me real quick.
yeah, sure.
When when you were taken this time around, how did that happen? I mean, I'm assuming Thrall didn't just come up in all their glory out of a door and go, "You come with me."
Uh, no, definitely not. Well, I was out doing the food shop.
Mm-hmm.
Cause well, I mean, even with things happening soon, still needs to be bought, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I guess I was looking up at the sky, and well, they called themselves Matthias.
Right.
Um,
Right.
one moment, I can try sketching them out, and
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just gonna roll hammer space for Hugh again. Yeah, Hugh has a piece of paper and the pencil out, and he's gonna get one of the firmer pillows and just like does a sketch of like Matthias specifically,
Mhm.
and we just kind of bumped into each other and chatted. It seemed like we were going in the same direction. It was kind of interesting because so they're 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 a very powerful wizard, actually,
Uh-huh.
a divination wizard. Um,
Right.
and it seemed like they didn't know as much about evocation. So, like, Hugh pauses, thinks on how he wants to say this. It's as if, I mean, I'm an evocation wizard. I know a bunch about that. They asked me a whole bunch of questions, and I did my best to answer. And, like, I asked them a bunch of questions about divination. It's like, now, now that they have a chance to find out more about it, they were very excited.
Mhm.
Uh, so we talked about that for a little while. Got turned down a different street, and I realized no one was around, and that kind of struck my stranger danger senses. So I thunderstepped to a roof and went running.
Good lad.
Uh, they caught up though, and
Yeah.
I'm just go. What do I roll to see whether Hugh knows what the iron bands of binding are?
History, I think, would be a good one on that front.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm like, do I roll Arcana or History? So figure 19's enough to know.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say as much.
Yeah. Um. They had these iron bands of binding, and they kicked me before I could teleport out, and they put those cuffs that didn't let me use any magic. So I
Yeah.
was trapped. And, well, they charmed me, and we went to Yeast with a teleportation spell.
Right. Right. Roll me perception if you like. Perception. Yeah, perception, seeing as this is an under the breath whisper.
Okay. Come on, Hugh. No, 14.
14. I don't think you get all of it, but you do hear the word under her breath as she's looking at this sketch and listening to you. And yeah, Hugh, as she's been listening, you notice she's been slipping into detective mode. She almost looks old in a way as she's looking at you, but she does just mutter under her breath, and you do hear the word just patterns.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a pause, and then Hugh gives you a pat on the shoulder, Lynn, and
Shoulder.
for now, we're still resting.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're safe now.
Yeah, I am. You all got me out.
Indeed. As soon as we knew we came. Right?
Yeah, I know. I'm really glad Asclepius sent me that message.
Yeah. Now,
Honest, there's just kind of a pause from you, and made the other night a lot less lonely. So
I'm glad. I'm glad that there was hope, that you were able to have this to hold on to.
yeah, of course. And I mean, well, I wouldn't have gone down without a fight, you know.
Of course not.
Well, I guess Father used Eldritch Blast on me, so when he took me out, so like, I didn't quite manage to escape, but
Oh,
I was kind of hoping.
I would. And there is an absolute. You don't know what language she uses, but there is a hissed string of things that people should not hear, and I will not repeat because it is definitely outside of our rating.
That's fair. You actually blinks and it's just, right. That doesn't happen to most people. Oops.
No, no, I wish I could resurrect your father for a moment just so I could absolutely remove several of his internal organs. Because you don't do that to your peking kid. I am not angry at you and I'm not yelling at you in any way.
Oh,
I'm just letting you
I
know
know.
this.
It's okay. It's, Hugh is quiet, but roll insight.
Mm-hmm. And she has just like she's hovering her hand as though she's going to give the reassuring just like hand on arm, but she's not sure whether he'd be receptive to that. This is
Don't worry, this is Hugh. He likes touch.
yeah, good because
Uh,
she
you would be able to catch that. Like he was trying to do the calming gestures a bit. Oh yeah, 22. You like that is not something you do to your child. Hugh kind of looks away. Uh, I don't remember if Hughes mentioned
Mhm.
to you specifically, Lynn, but there were those training
Yeah.
sessions. It's not something Hughes unused to.
No parent should hit their child, should target magic against their child. Not outside of. There's a time and a place for showing a kid how to do things in the world.
Yeah.
Kane was not doing
Well,
that for you. What he did was wrong, and you did not deserve that.
the hue in my head is just getting a little bit teary. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. It's with her hand on your arm. It is that grounding way as she's looking you dead in the eye, just going. None of what he did was your fault. What he did was wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
You did nothing wrong.
Yeah. I. Oh. I guess if it helps, I that. But it's another thing hearing it.
Yeah. I found sometimes it's good to hear it from an outside voice. Means
Yeah.
means when things get
Oh.
all ugly in your head, you've got someone else's voice telling it to peck off.
Yeah. I. First Craigory and now you.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Anytime.
It's. Well, I guess it was a terrible situation in general, but like he back when we did still live together, it was only during training really. Uh this time this time from the cage it was probably because he saw that I planned on trying to run out. So didn't want to risk it, I guess.
He was a coward, and he knew what you were capable of in a way.
Hugh just kind of shrugs and it's just like, ah, yeah, suppose so.
Have you got anyone to talk to about all of this?
Yeah, I'm not quite well enough to go out by myself now, but I have plans to talk to a therapist
Good.
probably in about a week.
Good. Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, guess I get to put that therapy recommendation I got from Deaf to good use.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Don't want anyone else pulling a reckless picnic after all.
He will not and like give you just a gentle poke on the head. Just like, yes, but also don't be mean to yourself.
It's a family saying.
Okay, okay. Uh
But yeah, I know stuff. I know training and. But moving all of that aside, I'm glad you're getting help. I'm glad you're talking to people. I'm glad you got a support group. Your brothers are good.
yeah, they are. I'm really glad I have them in my life.
Indeed. You're a good trio.
Mm, I'm glad I got you and Craigory too. And well, everyone really.
Ah, stop. You're gonna make me blush. And then I'm gonna pom pom. And then I'm gonna have to deal with that. I'm gonna have to brush it out. And you know how long that takes? You know how long that takes?
Probably about as long as it takes for me to preen my feathers.
Oh, trust me, it takes longer. I can calculate how long it would take to do your wings just by looking at them and your tail. I hope you're taking care. Are you taking care of your tail?
um, yeah, I'm trying to. It's a little bit odd, cause it's harder for me to reach, but Decimal and March have both helped me with it, so
Hmm.
it's okay. And I mean, you can't like Hugh's tail is probably sticking out of the pile at least a bit, so you can look at it.
Mm-hmm. She is
It
gonna
is
like.
preened.
She's gonna lean as she just doing it, and just as she's looking, she's just gonna say, "If you need any tips, I mean, family of animal tunes. I do actually have quite a few birds in the family. Admittedly, one of them's a Reggie, but we got a few. We got a few tails, aunts, uncles, cousins. Uh, and if all else fails, I can ask or talk any tips. Well, when I'm talking to him a bit more at the moment. But yeah, I can ask. I can ask for some tips on that front.
Thank you. Well, I guess it helps that you are kind of the person who taught my brothers and I how to do this, and to them more too. Um, it's it's okay if you don't want to talk to old Torque. You don't have to, yeah.
It's. And you do just kind of see her do this almost dismissive gesture with her hand before it turns into a seesaw motion.
Just Hugh internally is just going, huh? Better just keep an eye out for old Torts.
He's. I love my uncle. I love him. I treasure him. He, he doesn't quite get that I can't come round and visit at the moment. But
Ah,
bless him. He's. I love him. He's a very concerned old man, and he loves me very much. Loves all of us very much, even if spooks and scares like this town aren't quite his thing.
I suppose so, but if he is something that's not good for you,
Bah!
don't be afraid to
No,
tell
no.
him, yeah?
He. It's not like that. He loves me. Alright? He's a good man and he's not gonna do anything. Okay?
Well, I guess, but you can still love someone and make mistakes, right? So don't be afraid to tell him so that he can do better by you as well, yeah?
He's done good by me. Everything he does is for this family, Hugh. Everything.
I will be honest with you, that's giving you just a slight, I don't like the way you word that. Like, he's not going to say that, but he's just a bit, okay, like, sure, everything he's done is for this family, but has he done right by you?
You can roll insight if you like.
Insight? I'd love to. Okay, let me see. Yep, that's a plus 11 with advantage. That's a 24.
Right, Hugh, the way this conversation is going, you can see the words aren't quite right in this, but it's not rose tinted glasses. You know that Lynn knows that this guy can do wrong. But there is an almost earnestness in that Lynn trusts in old Tor. She trusts in this person that she's raised. You've not met him, but you can see that absolute love of family that Lynn has in this. And in that this idea that he could do wrong, Lynn can't quite match that. She can't she she's trying to be polite in the shutting this down, but you can just see that absolute earnestness of she believes she knows her uncle.
No, and like that's fair. It's not like Hugh knows the guy himself, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess the way she says this is just ringing some slight warning bells with
Mm-hmm.
Hugh. So, he thinks he might want to just discuss this with Craigory later
Mm-hmm.
as like a private thing, but he'll let this be and just kind of note to self that okay, might just want to keep an eye out in case anything does happen.
Mm-hmm. But we are rambling on different topics anyway. We were here to talk about you, and actually, speaking of, because you've mentioned him a few times, how is Craigory? Was the talk you had good, nice?
Yeah, it was. We're both doing our best,
Yeah,
and I'm glad to see that he's doing better after things. We both ended up falling asleep together, actually.
that's good. That's good. He deserves his rest. Both of you do.
Yeah.
Um, how?
Yeah, this was one of the better sleeps I had last week, honestly.
I'm glad. How? How did he seem at the time? Did he seem as though he'd come straight from Halloween Town, or?
Yeah. The big reason why so like he came about 3 days ago,
Okay.
and like Lynn, you would know that is 4 days after Dancing in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
It's cause he was waiting to get a new amulet of protection against scrying
I'm
before he came over.
I'm aware. I'm aware. It's yeah. Okay.
Um, he he's nervous about the prowl.
Indeed.
Um, it's doesn't exactly blame himself, but it's like the association with the Thrall that's kind of made him feel bad. Like I told him not to worry, because I mean, it's him. That's not his fault.
Indeed. And that's something I'll shout to the high heavens as well.
Mm, good.
Okay.
But aside from that, he's also been tired.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that we both fell asleep was a good thing for the both of us.
Indeed. Indeed, and I'm glad to hear it. And Lynn, you did not need to roll that high on a deception, but okay.
Oh boy.
It's not a bad
Tell me.
deception. It's not a bad deception. It's a 29.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's
Well,
not
I'm going to try anyways. Dang it.
it's not a bad thing. I'm saying that here and now.
Okay, that's good, but I'm still going to roll insight. Come
Indeed.
on, Hugh. 29 beats it.
Yeah!
Picnic.
Alrighty. So, Hugh, as you've been saying this, there's something interesting you might have noticed about Lynn in the past, that she can be giving you her complete attention, but you also get the feeling that she's thinking about multiple thoughts at once, even as she's devoting about 90% of her attention to you. It's Lynn is actually very good at multi-channeling, at thinking on multiple thought trains at once. And in the way that she's been focusing, especially the way her eyes seem to sharpen when you said, like, how many days ago, you haven't got a full context, but the way that Lynn seems to have asked about whether he came from Halloween Town and other little things, you get the feeling that Lynn's mapping things out in her head in a way. And out of character, Lynn knows about what happened when Craigory went out and committed a robbery of a book. Lynn knows because Craigory did come to her afterwards, and she knows that he did commit crimes in Thrall's name, Thrall's beck, that sort of thing. And you do I don't think you, even with a 29, because he doesn't have context, might not get that.
Yeah,
but
I don't think she doesn't have the context, but Lynn, something that he would have mentioned when talking about Craigory is that, like, Hugh has noticed, like, Craigory feels bad about his affiliation with the Frau. You would probably connect then that may in part be due to the fact that he's been doing these chores and such.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, so I guess he was just kind of noting that and is just worried for him as well, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Hugh.
Hmm?
You know...
what?
You know all of this with Thrall. We're gonna win.
Yeah.
Maybe not yet. Maybe not without other things happening first. Other events, other losses, but between you and me, I know we're gonna win.
Yeah, we will.
You hold on to that, alright?
I know, but you too, yeah? It's not like it's just us.
Indeed. Indeed. It's been hard so far. There's been a lot of grief, a lot of pain and misery and strife and, well, plot conflict. 'Cause what is a story without conflict, eh?
Well, yeah, but I mean, life's what it is.
Indeed.
Things happen, but we made it, didn't we?
Indeed, and
it's
life in Inkwell, you. Right? That's something I want you to remember, okay?
Okay.
This is life in Inkwell, and narratives are significant. how the push and pull of good and evil, morals and everything else, how it all twists and turns. Yes, it's life, but it's also here, in a land of dreams, in a land of stories, in a land of narratives, protagonists, antagonists, everything in between. Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but I guess following up on all of that, well, we're still here, aren't we? And we'll make it. It, well, it won't be easy.
No.
And, well, I, I know I'm still recovering from what happened a week ago, and I know it's affected everyone else as well, but,
Aye, indeed.
well, if nothing else, I can tell you that I'm pretty sure my brothers are going to come and pick up Pearl. Just like out of character. I'm pretty sure, you would have been able to catch on to Decimal and March's general murder vibes against.
Indeed.
um,
And there is just a laugh. With that 29 insight, it's you. Lynn throws her head back in a laugh at that. It's you.
yeah, I haven't really talked to Decimal about that part yet, but I think he he's definitely gonna have something to give Frau later, and it's probably going to be one of his metal cards.
Oh boy. And I will just loop back to something here and just you get the idea that there is something. You're not sure whether it's something you said or something that has been glossed, but you do just see a look in Lynn's eyes pass. And her laugh has got an edge to it. She sounds old. Weathered. But she's just
Mm,
yeah. Picking stars and souls. But yes,
oh.
we're always pleased to see Decimal and his cards. He's an ace up our
Well,
sleeves.
mm-hmm. He is. And he's my beloved older brother.
Indeed. Stick close to your bonds on that front, and keep.
Of course, and like you too, yeah?
Indeed.
It, well, we don't know what the future holds for us, but whatever does happen, we'll do our best together, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we will.
I'm going to do my best to study magic so that whenever we do have to handle the Frau again, I can help that way.
Good. And keep an eye on March for me, would you?
Of course.
Good.
And, be careful yourself, yeah? I think, I think out of all of us, I know you all call me a protagonist or whatever, but you get into a lot of trouble yourself, you know?
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
Yeah, which is why I'm telling you to please be careful, okay? I know you do your best to take care of yourself, but I can still wish you well anyways, okay?
And that means so much to me, Hugh. And you do get a squeeze of her hand on your arm as she's looking you dead in the eye. And there is
Oh
some.
yeah, no, he was going to like move, like shuffle himself so he's a bit out of the pillow pile, and it's just he's making a gesture of, would you like a hug?
There is an expression that is so earnest on her face as she's studying you, Hugh. And then she just nods, and yeah, you have Monkey curling into you and curling around you and holding you in the good auntie hug.
Aw, yeah, so Hugh's wings are out,
Mm-hmm.
and you are being hugged by him. You're also getting a wing hug. It's
Bless.
it's very fluffy. You figured it out before. He is a fledgling. His
Mm-hmm.
wings are very downy,
And
so they're very soft.
yeah, and Linda just she buries her head underneath your chin, just like into your chest, and then she's just saying, "To the best of my ability, with all that I have, I will take care, and I will come home."
Glad. Thank you.
I love you, Hugh.
I love you too. Hey, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lynn, there's a rumbling coming from Hugh's chest. Yeah, he's purring.
There is a long pause that you think is Lynn savouring the moment. And this hum in the building that is resonating around you, and then there is this chattering purr coming from Lynn herself.
Aw.
And she just
Hold them.
stays in the hold for that time. Just
Yeah.
the room around you, Hugh, you can tell just from your passive, it's gotten the temperature fluctuated a bit between slightly chillier and warm. And right now it is a nice, comfortable warmth, like stepping out of the shower levels of the good warmth. And there is a nice soft breeze through your feathers. It's you hug Lynn, network hugs you.
Yes. Hugh's probably leaning on the wall at this point.
Mhm. Yeah, you can tell just like Lynn is also just her tail is resting against the wall even when she's in your grasp. You can tell she's in a hug this close with her ear just like underneath your chin. She's scratchy, but it's subtly healing in this hug.
That's good. I'm also, man, listening to his heartbeat, huh? Man.
It's one of her greatest comforts, being able to listen to people's heartbeats, knowing they're there.
I think, does this seem like a good place to end this?
Yeah.
Just
Later on, before Hugh's brothers come to pick him up, she will make sure he's had tea and that he leaves with a pot of chili. But
of course.
But yeah, that's later, and for now we have this.
Yeah. Hug time important.
Mm-hmm. It's soft, Your Honor.
Hey, yeah, it's super soft. Thanks for having this FPS with. You're very cute.
Indeedies. I love them, Your Honor.
Yeah, this was a super soft FPS.
Gods, we love to see it. They deserve the soft times, Your Honor, before everything hits the pick and fan.
Yeah. I look at the fifth nickel and laugh nervously. It's fine.
Yep. I feel sorry for Lynn in that she never figured out who the fifth nickel was. Bless her.
Well, to be fair, even if they all know the fifth nickel.
Yep. It's
Well,
honestly better.
He's not unexpected. Well, it's not unexpected.
Yeah.
Really.
It's honestly better that she never figured it out, but That is for another time. We are not ruining the comfort of this wonderful game.
Yeah,
Shall we say
right
goodbye?
now it is tough time and good time, and to everyone who listens in the future, thank you for listening,
Bye bye!
and bye bye.